Benoni defense, modern, Fianchetto, Hastings defense. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed Black in that one. Black had a good opening, but White was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players. White outmaneuvered Black in the endgame. Opening with the Queen's pawn. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. By taking control of the crucial d5 square and creating a space on which the knight can move to c3 without obstructing the c-pawn, move c4 helps to create a strong center. The move e6 creates a line for the dark squared bishop, sets up a rapid castle, and prepares to push a pawn to d5 and recover the piece if it is taken. Nf3 develops toward the center, putting pressure on the e5 square and adding another defender to the d4 pawn. c5 attacks the d4 pawn, asking White if they will allow the exchange on d4 or if they will push the d4 pawn to d5. d5 takes space in the center and controls the e6 and c6 squares. The bishop will be better off as a result of this. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. It is a fair deal after all captures. Backs off. The dark squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto to g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. The light squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto to g2, where it will take up residence on the long diagonal. Fianchetto move bg7 places the bishop on the long diagonal. A fianchetto move, bg2 positions the bishop on the long diagonal. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. It is the final book action. This loses a chance to imply that winning a pawn is possible. It is incorrect. That's fine. It is good. Very precise. It is best. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. That's good. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to fork pieces. It is good. A rook enters the action after developing outside of its starting square as a result. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is ideal. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures. It is ideal. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This threatens to reveal an attack on a pawn. It is best. This is an equal trade. It is best. Backs off. This poses a threat to strike a knight. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. The opposing bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. It is best. This moves the bishop to safety. It is best. This makes a passed pawn, meaning no opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. This is the only good move. It is a great move. That's fine. It is good. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. That's good. There was only one good move in that position. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. It is a mistake. This threatens to take an open file with a rook. It is an inaccuracy. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. That's good. Backs off. It is ideal. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is quite good. This exchange is fair. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is best. This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. This allows the opponent to kick a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. This kicks an opposing bishop. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This misses a better way to move a bishop to safety. This allows the opponent to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is an inaccuracy. This divides up parts by launching multiple attacks at once. It is quite good. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is best. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. This prevents the adversary from building a passed pawn. It is ideal. This captures a knight that checked the king. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Backs off. It is ideal. This overlooks an opportunity to create a passed pawn. This permits the opponent to take an open file with the rook. It is an inaccuracy. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. It is best. Recaptures. White is equal at this point in the endgame. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. Now that the rook is on an open file, it is easier to control squares all over the board. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is quite good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This defends the attacked pawn. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. It is best. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. A solid choice. It is excellent. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is incorrect. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This avoids the rook's check. It is quite good. Very precise. It is best. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This places the rook in a passive defensive position. Often it is better to go for active counterplay in the endgame, even if it loses a pawn. This permits the opponent to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. It is an inaccuracy. There was just one smart move to be made. This misses a chance to move the king out of the rear rank and activate it. It is incorrect. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This makes a passed pawn, meaning no opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This puts the rook behind an opposing passed pawn, which helps counter the pawn's push to promotion. This is the only move that works. This threatens to reveal an attack on a knight. It is a great move. This threatens to create a passed pawn. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? It is a mistake. There was only one good move in that position. This misses an opportunity to reveal an attack on a knight. It is a miss. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by opposing pawns as it tries to promote. This is the only good move. This took advantage of a mistake and white now has a winning advantage. It is a great move. A passed pawn is pushed by this. A passing pawn could be promoted as a result of this. It is ideal. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is incorrect. This is the only good move. It is best. This is how you take down a rook. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. That rook was a freebie. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This threatens to create a passed pawn. There was only one good move there. This misses an opportunity to take an outpost with the knight. It is a mistake. This overlooks an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. This allows the opponent to create a passed pawn. It is a mistake. This ignores an opportunity to create a passed pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This allows the opponent to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is a mistake. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. It is best. That was a free pawn. It is excellent. This pushes a passed pawn. It is best. That pawn was free for the taking. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is excellent. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the only good move. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. This stops the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is a great move. Thus, a forced checkmate is possible. It is incorrect. This pushes a passed pawn. It is best. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Black had a good opening, but white was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players. White outmaneuvered black in the endgame. This is the strongest option. It is best. Sudden a close game that was lost by a mistake. White really outplayed black in that one. Black had a good opening, but white was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players. White outmaneuvered black in the endgame.